We can talk now to Areeq Chowdhury, the director of the think tank Web Roots Democracy, which focuses on technology and its impact on political participation. And on that basis, what percentage of the population need to use this app for it to be of any use at all?
Yeah, so building the app in many respects is the easy part. The difficult part will be making sure that enough people download it and that those people use the app consistently and accurately. So there are a number of figures floating around. There's a study from the University of Oxford which suggests that 80% of smartphone users would need to download this app for it to be effective in combating coronavirus. And for context, the percentage of people who have WhatsApp is 58%. So the challenge is absolutely immense.
Are there any risks of an app of this nature in terms of people's attitude to the virus? Is there a full sense of security if you're carrying a smartphone with the app on it?
So there are a number of issues. The key issues, as I see it, are threefold. The first is that some coronavirus carriers are asymptomatic. And what that means is that people who use the app may think they've not come into contact with someone with the virus when in fact they have. The second is around the fact that not everyone has a smartphone. Official figures show that 1 in 4 people aged between 55 and 64 do not use a smartphone, and that rises to 60% of those aged over 65. So what are these people supposed to do? And the final challenge is around privacy, which, to give credit to the government, they are taking this quite seriously. However, in this post-Snowden world, a government issuing an app which essentially tracks an individual's movements is going to face resistance. And this will be a key challenge for the government in terms of encouraging take-up. If people do not trust it, they aren't going to download it.
But is it tracking people's movements per se? I mean, your name isn't given. It's tracking the movement of a phone, and that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is key, right? So is it actually going to be tracking movements? What it could do, in theory, is track the social circles of an individual. So you may get additional knowledge on who someone is hanging around with. But this data, and the government has set this out in detail, will be anonymized. There is a debate in the tech world around centralization and decentralization of this data. So in other countries where they are looking at contact tracing apps, a number of them have adopted a decentralized approach. And what that means is that data of which other devices you've come into contact with stays locally on your device, on your phone. A centralized approach, which is what the government is taking in the UK. This data is stored centrally, which again leads to fears around surveillance and privacy.
Areeq, if you were living in the Isle of Wight and it was offered to you, would you take it up?
It's a good question. I think I would. I mean, it's an experiment, and this challenge that we're faced with is huge. But I would still press the government on these key questions of effectiveness, of privacy, of take-up. And it's really important that we remember that an app isn't going to solve coronavirus. We're still going to need measures like PPE, mass testing. All of those things are still perhaps the most important part of the efforts against the virus.
Nevertheless, on the face of it, it's potentially an exciting thing, and if it brings an early release of lockdown, it has to be positive, doesn't it?
I mean, there's a strong argument for trying something and failing rather than not trying at all. But the issue here is if you do fail, so if you do give an impression of false confidence to individuals that they are able to move around freely because they haven't come into contact with coronavirus, you could just lead to another outbreak. So it's important not to rely solely on the app. And these questions of take-up and access still need to be answered. Those 60% of people aged over 65 who do not have a smartphone, what are they going to actually do? Or do they stay at home? Do they just risk going out and risk contracting the virus?
Well, I'll pick up on that because you were talking about particularly the over 65s. Of course, many of them are having to stay at home anyway, so it's not an issue.
Possibly. Not everyone will be wanting to stay at home. People aged over 65 also would like the lockdown to be released. People would like to see their family members who are elderly and perhaps need care. But also, like I said, those are just the biggest numbers. There are groups, of course, across the age groups, lower income groups perhaps, who may struggle to have access to smartphones. And it's also important to remember that even those who do have a smartphone, they may not have the required digital literacy to be able to use these apps consistently and accurately. So there are a lot of important questions to answer across all of the different groups in society.
Okay. Areeq Chowdhury, it's really good to talk to you. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Thanks.